Jokic has lost 30 pounds. Luka Doncic has gained 30 pounds.
Yes.
There is so
our pets' heads are falling off.
What is going on? What is going on? The NBA it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yesterday, Woj tweeted that there is, quote, growing uncertainty among NBA players about life in the bubble. You got Daryl Morey saying that the Rockets would never – there's never a scenario where Mike D'Antoni would not be coaching for them. Of course, that's noteworthy because the coronavirus thing, it affects older people. And there's a discussion about, like, do coaches 65 and older not get a go because they're more at risk? And Daryl Morey's like, well, if that's the case, we're not sending our team. To hell with that. What? I was promised basketball. I was promised basketball, Tate. What the hell happened? They finally got me. This is driving me insane. This is the NBA in a nutshell. They dominate the conversation, but they talk about the crazy ideas they have as a league, and then nothing happens. I can't take it anymore. What the hell is going on?
We are reading the articles. The NBA is headline hunting. The Zion Williamson people are headline hunting, and you and I are reading the articles, and there's no substance here. There are barely any pictures or words. There are barely paragraphs. There are barely sentences, and we're trying to piece it all together. And like you said, with the NBA, we get the headline. The NBA is back. You and I come on the show. We say, all right, that's great. It seems like everyone's excited. The format is approved. It seems pretty bare bones, but there seems to be some questions. And then Adam Silver goes on TNT. They ask him the questions. He's like, stop asking me these questions. Yeah. And it sounds like the players all started talking to each other, and they had some more questions. And then they started talking to Matt Barnes and other media people. They're like, hey, some of these guys might not want to go down to a bubble for 3.5 months.
Yeah.
What say you? Alvin Gentry comes out, like you said, Mike D'Antoni and Alvin Gentry, they say, we're scared if we don't go to the bubble, we may lose, our coaching careers could be over, right?
Right.
Like people view us as too old to be coaches in the NBA, and they move on and we're forgotten. That is an existential threat that is ongoing. There's Jokic has lost 30 pounds. Luka Doncic has gained 30 pounds.
Yes.
There is so
our pets' heads are falling off.
What is going on? What is going on? The NBA it's a mess. It's a mess. In the words of the campaign and Zach Galifianakis, it's a mess.
In retrospect, Adam Silver is standing on an aircraft carrier with a mission accomplished banner behind him when he announced that the NBA was back. Might have been a little premature. Is that what you're saying? It's
oil. Y'all cooking?
Meanwhile, there's talk of replacement players like that. Like they announced that they're coming back, but everything that's happened since the announcement that they're coming back smells like they're not coming back. Like it just the replacement players thing is insane, right? That in and of itself is like.
No, here's why it's insane. It's insane because they're not even called replacement players, which would be a great movie starring Keanu Reeves, and another thing would be it sounds better than substitution players, which substitution players sounds like the TBT guys are going to win the TBT.
Right. Whatever team wins TBT gets to go to Orlando and compete for an NBA championship. Like I don't understand why not just have some of the college teams go. And they get like that had theirs didn't get March Madness. Let's get Dayton down there and have Obi Toppin try to lead the Dayton Flyers to winning the Larry O'Brien Trophy. I mean, what the hell? Like, what is going on right now? It is baffling. And then, of course, we overlooked the best part, which is that this new development is that the NBA is going to let a few reporters live in the bubble under the caveat that they have to be there for the entire 3.5 months, and if they leave, they can't come back. For any reason, if they're basically on house arrest for 3.5 months, just like the players are. So I predict that you're going to see the narrative around this is going to flip because all the reporters are going to be like, "The hell with this! We're not signing up for that either." And all the reporters are going to kind of be more against. They're going to stop beating the drum and saying this is the greatest thing ever. Thank God the NBA is back, and they're going to start being like, "Now hang on a second, I got to do what?" To do my job.
Here's what happened, right? They were sitting there, they're in their lab coat, they're taking notes, they're writing their articles, they're learning about the science experiment ahead. It's going to be a Disney World. We're going to have these guys in the bubble. We're going to have an inner island, and they're like, "Oh, this sounds amazing. Let's write this whole thing down." And then they're like, "And also, you guys are going to be in there." And they're like, "Wait, what? What were you saying about us being in that?" And they're like, "Yeah, and you guys will be also in that bubble. You won't go to see your family for 3.5 months." And then the whole penmanship changed. They're like, "I think this is wrong. I think this is morally corrupt. I do not think this is a good idea." And the players obviously have that had those feelings. Dame Lillard's had those feelings. We've seen Joe Ingles come out early on. So once you put the physicians, whatever you want to call them, you want to put them in the experiment, they're not going to be happy about what's going on. And I feel like now that we have NBA Twitter in the bubble officially and stuck in the bubble, now we're going to get some real stories, and that's what we wanted. That's what we needed.
I don't know how this is going to shake out.
And that's the whole point of the whole crux of the conversation that you and I have had since all this started coming out was we thought that it was impossible because it felt like something that we were creating in a video game where Giannis Antetokounmpo is an overall 98 and his attributes are always going to be the same. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are not like, these are human beings. These are real people. You cannot just put them in an environment where they're going to be like basically caged up and then let to go play basketball and sweat all over each other, which sounds like the worst thing that you could do.
Right.
And then go back into said room of isolation. That does not seem like something that I would want to sign up for, being myself and not a basketball player. And if I was going to be considered a substitute player, you best believe, like, I'm not going to be a substitute player unless I'm going to the Lakers or the Clippers or the Bucks or the Celtics or one of these teams that, like you said, have a real chance to go and win a title. I don't know what the selling point is other than the fact that, like, LeBron or Giannis or Harden or one of these guys can find the glory that they're all eternally searching for, right, to get the validation from these fans. But if they're already going to have asterisks and fans are going to complain about the environment and say that it wasn't whatever it was supposed to be to determine a real title, then why are we even putting ourselves?
Why are we doing this? The answer is money. The answer is always money. Anytime you're like, why is blank?
Yeah.
The answer is money. I understand that, but other than money,
throw
all that out. Because, like, honestly, like, the same arguments were made about the NCAA tournament. It's like, you can't cancel the NCAA tournament. There's too much money at stake. And then guess what? They canceled the NCAA tournament because they realized this would be ludicrous to, like, try to play the 2020 NCAA tournament in December of 2020. Like, the logistics just didn't add up. And at a certain point, you just cut your losses and shrug your shoulders and say, it's not meant to be. Let's not jeopardize everything moving forward just to try to squeeze in one weird circumstances lead to, like, one we want to hand out one trophy. I don't know. It's very, very strange. It just feels like we're announcing that we're going to Mars, and then it's like the president comes out and is like, we're going to Mars, and then he turns and he's like, we have spaceships, right? Like, we could do that. Like, that's kind of what's happened. And, like, the American public are just like, we're going to Mars, and then we come to find out, like, we own 0 spaceships and we have no idea how far is Mars close? Is it far? We have no idea. We'll figure that out later. Someone get Stanley Kubrick on the phone. We'll fake the whole thing.
yeah. Let's film this. It's also one of those things too, where it's like, you say that and you say it without even, like, talking to players. It felt like the declaration was made and all the players were kind of like, what are we doing? Like, where are we going? What's happening? Going to Disney World?
Like the astronaut. Yeah. We have 5 astronauts who signed up to fly to Mars and never come back and build a colony there. And they're like, huh? We did what now?
Yeah. I did not sign up for the Lazarus Project.
Oh, man. Well, we shouldn't even spend that much time talking about it, because I'm sure, in 3 days, it's going to pivot back to somebody's going to say something and it's going to be back on. And
we're going to be idiots.
We're going to be idiots. We're like, we're back. Yeah.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.